Hello, everybody, and welcome in to That Real Texas Team podcast, episode 48, week 10 reaction, looking at the loss, the 26-23 loss on Sunday Night Football of our Houston Texans to the Detroit Lions. A game in which halftime looked like 23-7 Houston, and this was probably the best the team had looked at all this season, like just generally as a collective. But before we get into all that, before we get into injuries, before we get into all the negativity of the second half, let's just take a minute and introduce everybody here. My name is Curtis. I'm the host of the channel. You can also catch me on this AFC South show, a part of the Curtis Podcast Network. With me up here on the right today, my main man, Chris, aka Pac-Man Freestyle. You can check him out on at That's Crazy Podcast and Talk. Like to see his channel keep growing, reaching new audiences. Down here at the bottom tonight, we've got an angry Mike, a Mike who's been a part of the show for a couple months now, but a Mike who was in attendance on Sunday night and has a lot of things to say about it. And I can't wait to hear more about what he's got going on. But go ahead and follow Mike on all the social media platforms at Mass3 Productions. Like, subscribe, notification bell. With that being said, gentlemen, let's get into this. Let's start off with the injuries. Kamari Lassiter and Folo Fotokasi get hurt in the game, and Kamari Lassiter's concussion. Is this the second concussion he's had?
No, this is his first one. This is his first one. It's Henry Toa that's on like his third.
That's fair. That's fair. But good God.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. I saw it in there, and then the minute he got hit, I said, yeah, he done.
Yeah,
he got up.
Aziz came in with, or no, it was Jimmy Ward came in with like reckless abandon.
Yeah.
And was just trying to decleat somebody and just whiffed. Ended up taking out his teammate. Yep. And then Fotokasi, you could kind of feel when he left the game, they were able to run the ball a little bit more effectively. But overall, I mean, Fotokasi's not been the greatest hand for us. At times, he's been okay, but not the worst thing in the world. No Nico, no Will Anderson for the game, and that sucked. And that was
balls.
Yeah, that was awful. But in the first half, it didn't look like that mattered at all. In the first half, this looked like the team that we'd been advertised all offseason, minus a couple of the weapons, minus Joe Mixon being able to run the ball. The defense was getting after it. Danico Autry made Penei Sewell look average the entire first half. I don't know that has happened yet in Penei Sewell's career. But Danico Autry had himself a day, and he was making real good friends with Jared Goff's arm while he's trying to throw a pass.
Yeah. I will say one thing when it comes to the defense. Kamari Lassiter and Kalen Bullock, if they don't at least finish in the top 5 of Defensive Rookie of the Year, this is some bullshit. Because both of those two young guys are playing their asses off.
Yeah. Kamari Lassiter with 2 picks before he left with a concussion. Kalen Bullock with 1. Jimmy Ward with 1. And Henry Toto with the other? So 5 interceptions in total throughout the whole game of Jared Goff. It's more than he'd thrown in the first 9 games of the season. So pretty big night. I mean, it was the night that we needed to have out of the defense. And this is a game it's a tale of 2 halves. Like as literally most of the games for the Texans have been this season. We come out and against all odds, against everybody saying we're about to get just boat raced, we come out and put 23 points up and hold Jared Goff and the Lions to 7 points and 3 first half interceptions. You could not have scripted a better start to that game for the Houston Texans. But in the text chat with you guys, the moment the first half ended, I was like, the second half adjustments have to be fucking nice. And this energy has to be maintained.
My wife actually said I put bad juju out there by saying they're finna fuck this up after halftime.
No,
And she's like, why? And I was like, no. And I literally had to explain this. It's been fucked up the entire year in the second half. Even the New England game.
Yep.
It was bad in the second half. And lo and behold, when my non-football playing wife is calling the plays, toss to the left. What did they do? Toss to the left. Why are we run? I get it works at times, but why are we running Joe Mixon out of the shotgun or out of the pistol? Actually, he's that far away from the line of scrimmage, and we're struggling to run. He did that after we were struggling to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, Joe Mixon, his bad day, I don't know that you can put it on Joe Mixon.
But he took it. If you heard anything, he took the blame on. He said, I have to play better.
Yep. He definitely did. And that's what you want to hear out of basically a guy who's been the lifeblood of the offense all season. And you could tell throughout the game that it was pissing him off that he couldn't get going. And again, something you want to see. But
put that C on his chest, he earned it. He earned his C.
Yeah. The entirety of that first half looked as crisp and as clean as you could ever coach a team. The defense was about as jazzed up as I've ever seen. It looked like I was watching the 85 Bears out there. It was, everybody was around the ball. The pocket was collapsing around Jared Goff. People were, not letting open receivers just, murk them. Yeah. Running game was getting stopped at the line of scrimmage. Jamar Gibbs wasn't doing nothing. David Montgomery couldn't get going. It was perfect. And then the second half started. And as the second half begins, they're interviewing Dan Campbell, who says, we need to go out here and we need to get some turnovers. That's what his interview is saying as CJ Stroud throws the first interception of the third quarter.
Yeah, Mike, I'm glad you didn't have to hear that.
They literally talked about that for the next 15 minutes of game time or of air time.
Like, this is the first time.
Perfect.
I have not rewatched the game yet. This is the first week this year I have not rewatched it yet. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Maybe Friday I'll be okay to do it.
Look, I'm going to go ahead and let you know. Just rip the Band-Aid off. I rewatched it at work today. It was on NFL Network as a replay. Just rip the Band-Aid. It's just going to help. But they talk about it. Wow, that you couldn't have scripted that better. What a perfect TV moment, blah, blah, blah. And then, Jared Goff throws an interception 2 plays later to Kamari Lassiter. So it is what it is. But there was many times in the second half where the offense had time to do something and just couldn't. Missed. Looking at 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, and trying to throw a pass directly in between 3 bodies. Missing a wide open Tank Dell in the end zone who had been there for 5 seconds and then waiting on Carlton Davis to enter the fray before you throw the freaking ball.
Too much air under it.
Way too much air under it.
The thing is, if I'm going to be honest, this game was bad. This game was very bad, but I now understand who DeMeco Ryans is. Guys, if y'all remember when we were talking about this, I said one of the craziest things is they giving DeMeco too much time to plan ahead for Detroit. And he showed it. I saw something we hadn't seen all year long. I saw us run our base defense 4-3 with 3 linebackers, 4 defensive linemen.
Yeah.
They brought in Devin White as the other linebacker, and it worked. And he was running all over the goddamn field.
Yeah.
I saw less Jalen Petrie than what I'm used to seeing. Yeah. Because he made adjustments. Even in the second half, he made adjustments. But 2 times we gave them short fields.
Mm-hmm. 2 times.
They already
They can do it all game, man. That's just the thing about it. The defense
well, it's
can't do it all game. Like, I mean, they can, but they can't, man. These guys get out there and get tired, man. Like, they don't know what to play. The offense is, man.
it's. I'm gonna be honest. It's not an issue of the defense not making adjustments.
No.
It's not. The thing is, we held the highest scoring offense in the entire NFL to 7 points at half, and they didn't score much more in the second half. It's a bunch of damn field goals. It's a bunch of field goals.
I mean, they what? They scored what was it? They were down 16?
Yeah, they scored 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals.
Yeah.
And I just told you we gave them short fields twice.
We did.
That's two of those scores, and they wasn't the field goals.
No.
Those are your 2 touchdowns.
The issue
the second one was when Kyame missed the second field goal. They had a pretty short field then.
Mm-hmm. So it's 3 times. I wouldn't even count that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
So let's get into risers and fallers here, okay? Let's start with the negative. Titus Howard as a faller. I don't know what the hell he was thinking with the whole I'm going to strip sack my own quarterback move in the middle of CJ getting sacked. That was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. You should probably be fined for that. Not a doctor. But
No, but I think he needs to be piss tested.
yeah, there's definitely some drugs in that man's system. Titus Howard and Laramie Tunsil, they did pretty well all night, but there was not really any edge rushers on the Lions team that should put fear into the hearts of anybody right now. Zadarius Smith, their trade acquisition, didn't play, but that didn't give, Laramie Tunsil any reason to not get olayed by a guy who is just fast as shit. I'm pretty sure that last sack of CJ Stroud, he didn't even get a finger on him.
Nope. He
Dude
got
just
off the ball
all the way around him. Right on to CJ. It was disgusting. We're paying this man over $25 million a season, and you're going to not even get a hand on a guy who hasn't had more than 4 sacks since his rookie year 4 years ago. What, sir?
I don't.
Chris?
I don't really have much to say because I watched the short that you made the other day because I went on a whole rant about certain things, but we're not going to get into that right now. But okay, so as far as Titus Howard, I honestly thought the offensive line was decent. I don't think that they were bad.
On path blocking.
Oh yeah, but okay. So the thing, which is where we're gonna miss Kenyon Green at with the run blocking. That's like an obvious thing. But we've been saying that all year. He's a great run blocker, but he can't pass block to save his life.
Yeah.
I just, man, like I don't know what to say because I saw this coming from a mile away. I was so excited that we were up, and I'm like, you know what? And I thought Detroit was going to come back and we were going to have a game-winning drive at the end, like we always do. It makes me mad, but it didn't even happen this week. But we can't. We can only beat the only NFC North team we can beat is the Bears, and we see why they're bad. I'm extreme. You gotta understand. I had to work a 12-hour shift today after staying up all night. I told my wife was like, "So what time are you gonna sleep?" I said, "It depends on how the game looks. If we're getting blown out, I'm going to sleep. If we're blowing them out, like in the third quarter, if we're like blowing them out, I'm gonna go to sleep." But of course that wasn't gonna happen.
We were plans to walk out. We were making plans to leave the game early, get into the parking lot. Just especially at the halftime, I was like, you know what? I might get out of here before the end of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what everybody did at at the Cleveland game, everybody was leaving.
Yeah.
With the playoff game. But I just, like I said, I was watching it. And I'm talking about like at halftime, I went and got in the shower. I turned the game on my phone, and I'm watching. I watched CJ throw this interception. I'm like, oh, here it is. It's already starting. And
Yep.
then Jared Goff throws another one. I'm like, yes. But then it was on the 1 yard line, which screwed us. Fine, whatever. I didn't expect them to get out of that. I'm just happy that Townsend got it out the end zone without getting a safety or getting hurt for that matter.
Yeah.
But I
This
just
team was supposed to be a Super Bowl team. I don't want to be happy about little wins in a game that we lost. I don't want to be happy that Townsend finally did something. I don't want to be happy that Mechie looked like the Mechie that we got. I don't want to be happy about those. I want to be happy about those things in a win.
Yeah.
When I got to find a ray of sunlight in an open stadium, the roof was open. The red jerseys looked great. The fireworks were great. But the game was some shit.
like
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I was afraid we were going to see like another Green Bay. Jordan Love threw all those interceptions. I know it was only 3, but he threw a bunch of interceptions, and we still lost. We lost by
Three's a lot.
in my point exactly. And then for Jared Goff to throw 5, I was like, there's just no way that we can lose this game. But then I'm sorry if I harp on this too much, but the second half really bothers me. And it's been every single game. We're not going to count the Minnesota game. We got blowed out from the beginning.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're gonna. But the second half, I hate Facebook groups about the Texans because you got some people. Why are y'all crying? I'm sorry. Did you not watch that second half? Have you not been watching the second half every single game this season?
It terrifies me from the fact that we still have to play Baltimore and Kansas City.
Yeah.
And as much as I fucking hate to say it, and Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what they're doing right now. They
If
were
we
winning
can't,
last time I checked.
if we can't keep the momentum of the game going, we're not going to beat any team worth it. We can't beat Buffalo. That lucky win that we got over Buffalo now looks like a lucky win. It looked like a quality win at one point, but now it looks like just dumb fucking luck.
Oh, but that was a coaching error in the Buffalo thing. That game should have went to overtime. That was a straight
Probably.
coaching.
Probably.
Just, I'm be honest, guys. I really don't have much to say about it. Like the things the second half. Like okay, So number one. Hold on. I actually do. So because I want to talk about CJ. I don't know what it is, but like I say, the offensive line was the issues on the other games. Bobby Slowick is obviously an issue. I don't even want to talk about him. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even want to talk about him. We talk about him every week. The play calling has not changed. Mike, you said it at the beginning of the game. At the beginning of us starting, that your wife is your non-football ever playing wife is calling the plays. Like, come on, man. Like it's so like I don't even really want to talk about Slowick. We know what the issue is there, and like I keep telling people. Last year, people thought that Slowick was good. No, CJ was making him look good.
Yeah.
That is the difference. CJ, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, they were making him look good.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
He has these. The only plays that you have those couple of plays where Nico is just faster than everybody. We can just say Nico just run a big old slant route up the field, and CJ's gonna throw it up to you and just catch it for a touchdown. And we've seen like that's it.
If we're gonna be honest, that might be the Shanahan offense. Look at San Francisco. When are they at their best?
Running the ball.
No, it ain't. It's when the guy that just got hurt after holding out all.
You're right. Oh yeah, I forgot.
When Brandon Ayuk's on, they're a fucking hard team to beat. Miami, Mike McDonald, same offense. When Tyreek Hill's going and you can't hold, they're a hard team to beat.
Yeah.
Us
Gary
with
Kubiak.
Nico.
Gary
When
Kubiak, Andre Johnson.
And yeah,
I just
Demaryius Thomas when he was in Denver. When Demaryius got behind the defense. Hard team to beat.
You're not wrong. But there's something to be said about being able to script plays. I think there's a lot of plays that were made last season that were off schedule plays, off script plays. The routes broke down, the protection broke down, so he's scrambling around trying to save his life. And then Tank Dell finds a place where no one else is, and CJ will just hum it up to him. We're just not getting those plays. I feel like we're not stretching the field nearly as much as we did in last season.
Even when Nico was out there playing, we weren't stretching the field.
No.
Nico was taking them to the house, but they weren't deep passes.
Yeah. The other fallers I've got, Slowick, CJ Stroud, the halftime adjustments, run blocking, Kadar Holman, and the medical staff.
The medical staff is crazy.
No, let's be honest. That we talked about it before. Whoever the fuck said Nico Collins couldn't play. I have not watched the game yet again. But I can tell you from sitting in the stands, Nico was on that sideline pissed.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the camera ever went to him, but you could see Nico.
Whenever it went to him, it wasn't like showing him too angry. We
body.
saw more of an angry Joe Mixon. But my first fogger I'm going to talk about, which I really want to get into because he is not getting a pass this week, is CJ. He is not from me. People are trying to give him a pass. No, he is not getting a pass. You give him a pass all the other weeks with the bad offensive line. The offensive line was not the issue. I know he got sacked a couple of times, whatever. It's football.
It's an NFL football game. Yeah, you're going to get hit.
Things happen. I don't care about none of that. CJ is holding the ball too long. He's holding the ball too long.
But
it was obvious on the Tank.
But if I'm going to give him a pass on that, it's the fact that his receivers have not been beating single coverage all year long. They finally did this game. Mechie finally beat a defensive player.
Dude,
Xavier Hutchinson finally beat somebody. Robert Woods finally got open. All of these guys have finally started getting open. I think part of the issue is CJ didn't trust them because they ain't done it all goddamn year long. We were in the ninth game. Was that ninth game or 10th game of the season? I lose count now.
10.
We're in the 10th game of the season, and these guys have not been able to beat man coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Consistently beating man is only done by Tank, Stephon Diggs, and Nico.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Nico's beating double coverage. So,
but I'm gonna be honest with you, so has Tank.
True.
They've been double covering Tank, and he's been beating double coverage.
Yeah.
I honestly like when they put Tank in motion. They don't do enough of that. I think because I think him getting off the line already at full speed is a very different thing. I don't know. Just me.
I think you're right.
I'm gonna tell you, the reason why you put Tank in motion?
Figure out if you're in man coverage.
You can put anybody in motion and get that. You can't double team a man in motion. You can't do it because you don't know. You tell them, oh, we're going to double team Tank. Tank motions from the right side of the line of scrimmage to the left. Your double coverage is now shook. Unless you're going to make your safety, who might be your strong safety playing on the right-hand side of the hash marks, you're going to make him run all the way to the left? No. That's why you saw sometimes Tank would run like he was going motion, get there, get set, and then start half-ass running back, and then they snap it before he gets all the way back. You can't double team a man in motion. It's too hard. You try to double team him with a linebacker. That's the only way you'd be able to do is double team with a linebacker. But what linebackers can run with a receiver in the NFL? That's the only thing. That's the only thing I saw Slowick doing smartly was putting Tank in motion.
Yeah.
I will say this: if I see one more reverse, I do not want to see no more reverses the rest of this season. I don't care
I
if they
wish
work. I don't want to see it.
that would be a thing, but you have to keep those in your offense.
Well, Floyd don't need to call the plays then, because he don't know how to. He don't know when to do it, because golly, I saw the reverse coming from a mile away.
That's
Like,
that wasn't even the worst call. Do you what was 3rd and 9? He ran a draw.
Mm.
He ran a draw
on 3rd and
play.
20. On 3rd and 20.
Not a draw play to Joe Mixon. A draw play to Dare.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was crazy. I know you showed right. I forgot all about that.
Oh,
It was so crazy. That was a delayed draw play. Oh my God. It threw
bro,
me
do
off
you not
so
understand?
much.
I made eye contact with Lions fans and said, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. One of the things that I think that Slowick did well that he should definitely keep doing, especially in the absence of, Nico or any of our kind of star makers, put Joe Mixon out to catch a pass. The couple times he did that, he did pretty damn well. That was one of those, if not mistaken, that longer reception he'd lined up outside. He also caught like a little slant over the middle for like 9. Joe Mixon's a handy dude. You don't
Yeah.
always have to give him 25 carries. I mean, we can just spread the 25 touches however we need it. But, sticking to his guns, I suppose.
I hated he didn't get a touchdown
And I'm
because I knew
and
they
I'm
weren't
gonna
going to score.
and I'm gonna say this too. I think we need Dameon Pierce back.
I agree.
I think we do, because Dare can't run like Joe. He's not that physical punishing runner. And we're a punishing running football team. We're not supposed to be running this cute shit. Like you said, a jet sweep. We don't need to be running it. We need to be running power. But you can't run power when Joe Mixon is the only thing you got.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. All right, look, we beat the negatives to death. We've spent almost 30 minutes talking nothing but negatives, so let's talk some positive. And again, it's kind of a double-edged sword with this, but all the positives pretty much happened in the first half, or
Yeah,
for
that's
like
the
short
issue.
bursts.
Yeah, that's the issue. They all
The-
happen in the first half. The
yeah,
only positive I will stick with that you have is the defense. The defense
yeah,
did not play bad the entire game. I mean, I thought they played good the entire game, but what do you expect from them when they're on the field the entire game? So I thought so. Like, that's a positive I'll give you, that I am
It's
cool with. But the others, honestly, I don't care. Like, I'm happy for Mechie that he finally got his first touchdown. I'm happy that about the other stuff, but honestly, I'm not. I didn't see anything else that. Well, you know what? We could stick to Mechie, because Mechie made some big plays in the second. Well, one. I
yeah.
want to say one. He had one good play in the second half. Uh, but like, other than that, we didn't see anything.
you know what? I'm not going to be a negative Nancy. I'm not. I'm going to fight that. I'm going to fight that back on that. Dalton Schultz showed up.
Yeah.
Even in pass blocking, he showed up. Run blocking, he showed up. He looked a little elusive for a big ass white guy. He looked a little elusive. He got away from his coverage. He showed up. Mechie showed up. I'm not even as upset about Xavier Hutchinson. I'm liking the potential that we're seeing there. I'm loving all of it. We're going to stay positive. Tommy Townsend, we're going to stay positive. Like I said, we've been waiting for that guy to show up with what we really wanted to see from him.
Yeah. It's true. My first riser is Danico Autry. I didn't anticipate the game that he was going to have against Panay Sewell in the first half. He caused the Henry To'o interception. He caused a bunch of other incomplete passes. Their left tackle Taylor Decker being out created a bunch of opportunities for Daniil Hunter. He was given a lot of pressure. We didn't get any sacks, but we got hella pressure. So The defense as a whole in that first half was without a doubt the best defense this team has played all season. As far as the Texans, that was the best team defense we've seen. The secondary was playing crazy. Amon-Ra St. Brown had that touchdown late in the game, and that was like his like seventh or eighth target, but maybe like his third or fourth catch.
Mhm.
To hold one of the guys who's usually 100 yards and 10+ catches every game to that is nothing short of phenomenal effort from the defense. Um, so I
I'm gonna
also have just the secondary as a whole.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest on another note, guys, because like I haven't had a chance to like pay attention to like a lot of stuff that's going on um with the move and like this job and stuff, but I didn't even know Jameson Williams was playing.
Yeah.
I
He
didn't
was
know
only suspended for 2 games, and he wasn't
I didn't
hurt.
know that's how many games he was suspended for. I was under the assumption that he wasn't even playing. I mean, that's besides the point. I mean, he made some catches that second one where he got popped. I thought he was gonna drop that one. That first one he shouldn't even bobbled it, but that second catch that he had that he got popped
Well,
and had
if
the
not,
game.
his concentration level was actually amazing because he bobbled like 3 of them and still caught him
Yeah.
during the game. And like you said, the one he got popped,
Yo,
I
I'm
thought
trying
he
to
was
figure
gonna
out what to
cough.
get off of that.
I thought he was gonna cough that one up. But hey,
I mean, he didn't. But
maybe that's why Mechie turned up a little bit.
He's like, "That's my boy."
Yeah,
that
you know
is
what?
true. I didn't even think
I
about
can't let him show me up.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I thought, like I said, I thought Mitchie was good. I'm gonna be honest, and like I don't even want to get on Kyrie for the field goals he missed. You can't expect the man to make all the field goals. Like we know he's not, and this man's not even that good this year. But we know he's not Justin Tucker. Like like I'm
He
just
only
using
missed the one field goal.
huh?
He only missed one field goal.
Well, I know, but he's been kind of off lately. But I don't really want to get on to him too tough. And like I say, and I spoke on it before we came on here, and
I'm not I don't get on kickers till they become like the Cowboys kickers.
Mm.
Once they become like that is when I start talking about kickers. Kyrie's okay with me. I'm gonna leave him alone. He can
Okay,
make it.
Amon-Ra finished 6 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown.
How many of that was in the second half, if you can see that?
Probably most of it, if I had to guess.
Yeah, because
Because
I
I don't think he had but 2 catches in the first half.
And if we're gonna keep it 100, at least 4 or 5 of those were on Kadar Holman.
Yeah, more than likely, because good God, that defense was playing something else. Azeez Al-Shaair was everywhere. That
like
dude
always.
was sorely missed. It's crazy because of the production at linebacker we've been getting in his absence, but he was still missed. That's how much better he is than everybody else. And then Townsend and Mechie. Townsend, we got that interception from Kamari Lassiter and couldn't do anything with it after we were backed up at the 1. Townsend then boots the hell out of it, and they end up getting a pretty good return, unfortunately. But and that's one of the drives they ended up, scoring on. But there's another drive where we're down inside like our own 20 or something, and he booms it to their 21.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Yeah, that was crazy.
dude's got a
Dude
leg.
got a leg. Yeah, he's got a leg.
And we needed that, and it helped a lot. I think that was one of the drives we stopped them on. Might have been one of the turnover drives, but God bless America, dude. Like this game for 7 interceptions and 3 touchdown passes between 2 quarterbacks is pathetic. Realistically, this game had no business being like if the second half Texans team played the entire game, this game would have been
The
way
Jaguars.
it would have been, when the Lions played the Titans.
I do.
So, but
Oh,
if we can get that first half team to just stick around, and the adjustments. Good God, if we can get the adjustments down, can we bring in a veteran coach?
I think we're gonna see them next week. I mean, I know it's against the Cowboys, and I know that's like whatever. I don't even care about that.
The Cowboys are still an NFL team because they damn near beat the Eagles this weekend.
In
Scored
the first half, we'll say in the first half, like the Texans.
What?
They damn near beat Detroit in the first half.
No, but what I'm saying is, who would have thought Cooper Rush would give them any chance?
Yeah.
Of beating. They held Saquon down. They actually did. But I digress. The thing is, I'm actually not upset at DeMeco at all for what he did with the defense.
No.
What I'm upset about DeMeco, if anything, is the fact that I need you to be the fucking head coach. I need you to tear some holes in somebody's ass. I need you to sit Bobby down and say, what the fuck were you doing, man?
Like,
damn it, Bobby.
What? Yeah. Like, he can't because literally everybody, and not everybody, because people don't know anything about football, but literally everyone is sitting here watching the same thing every week. And we're like, oh my God, are they going to blow it in the second half?
No, he can say something. Because I'm going to be honest, y'all know Nick Caserio can fire Bobby Slowick, right?
Oh, yeah.
Without DeMeco's permission, he can fire him. DeMeco's the head coach. There is nobody he can actually walk into Nick Caserio's office and chew his ass out. The only person that's untouchable for DeMeco is the owner. That's it.
Yeah.
So no, DeMeco, your legacy, your history, what it is with your team, this is under your control. So I even saw somebody say, Texans got too passive in that second half. I was like, I can agree with that. The defense didn't. The offense did. But both the offense and the defense play on the same football field, right?
Yep.
So it means that DeMeco can see the exact same thing. Because I'm not going to toot my own horn. I think my football knowledge is actually pretty goddamn high. But I know it can't compete with DeMeco. I'd be a fucking head coach in the NFL. So I know he sees what's going wrong. He sees it going wrong. Somebody has to stop the bleeding. And Bobby can't do it. Or hasn't been able to do it, or is unwilling to do it.
Yeah.
From what I've heard from these sorry-ass San Francisco 49ers fans that brag on their coach, you do know Bobby can pick up the phone and call Kyle and say, hey, Kyle, I need some help to figure out what the hell's going on here.
Yeah.
I'm doing something wrong. Because the Packers coach called up Kyle. Mike McDonald called up Kyle. Bobby, you left after both of them. Pick up the fucking phone.
Yeah.
Because you might have to pick up the phone to ask them for a job recommendation in a minute.
Yeah, for real. Look, I just saw a post in one of the AFC South doldrum group chats on Facebook. The Texans are the AFC South's sacrificial lamb for the playoffs. How does that sit with you guys?
Whatever. I don't care. I honestly think we're gonna go to the division round again and lose to like Kansas City or something.
I actually have seen people say, I don't agree with that, but I've seen people say it's going to be the exact same thing as last year. We're going to finish up 10-7 somehow, one way or the other. We're going to finish up 10-7. We're going to beat the brakes off of who we play at home in the first round of the playoffs.
Well, we got a game against Dallas and 3 division games, so that's 4 wins right there. And then we got Miami, who's not looking great. And then
but neither were the Jets.
Yes, this is true. But, AFC East teams. What are you going to do?
Yeah. They did win, though. They did just beat the Rams. Are you fucking kidding me, Matthew Stafford? I was going to lose this week anyway. I don't know. I guess that's the Colts guy. I'm assuming that's the Colts guy I was against this week. Dude had I did not look, this is how much attention I have been paying to football recently. Like with all these hours that I'm working, I didn't even watch the. I was under the assumption that the Bengals won.
God damn.
But because I went to sleep, I didn't get a chance to finish the game.
No,
And
Lamar,
so like
Lamar,
looked up the next
Lamar,
day, I'm like,
Lamar did,
"Shit, here."
Lamar did some Lamar-like things.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be MVP again. It doesn't matter. But the thing about it was like I didn't realize how many yards Jamar Chase had. And like this fool has Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I was just astonished. Like this
You
dude
were
had
screwed.
Jamar
You were
had
screwed from the
55
beginning, bro.
points.
You were screwed from the beginning. You didn't stand a chance
Yes,
on that.
I was like, oh my God, like what's going on here? All right, my bad, y'all. I didn't mean to get off subject, but like I was just astonished. But like Matthew Stafford gets on my nerves. Throws for a whole bunch of yards, cooking the cooler. You ain't even get a touchdown, whatever. I don't care about that right now.
You know what? I'm gonna be that guy. I still have faith in the Texans. I still think we can finish. I still think we can finish with 12 wins this year.
I mean, it's possible.
I think we can finish with 12 wins this year.
So we gonna be the ones to beat.
We're not gonna lose to both. We're not gonna lose to both Kansas City and Baltimore. We're not gonna lose both of those games.
So like, yeah, I think we are going to lose the. Well, I don't know. I can't say that we are going to lose to Baltimore because our defense is a lot better than it was last year. And our defense was okay last year, but our defense is way better this year.
I want you to go back. I want you to go back and think about those Baltimore games last year. Neither one of those did the offense kill us. Neither one of those games did Lamar Jackson kill us.
Yeah, but
we lost both games. We lost both games. We did. But Lamar wasn't the reason we lost them, with the fact that our offense was inept. It was sterile.
Well, golly, the way the defense is this year, we should score 50 on Baltimore. It'd be 50 to 51 Baltimore.
Bro, don't do it. Bro, that game in like that game in like that. Do you know you might see me at Texas games with a goddamn paper bag on my head?
We're not the Aints. But look,
well, no, I was saying, like, look, oh yeah, that is a crazy number.
Before we get too off into another negative spiel, let's go ahead and wrap this sucker up. That way we can save something for.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me say one more negative thing.
Okay.
Detroit Lions fans, fuck y'all.
Damn. Get them.
Yeah, I agree. There was a lot of bro. They was causing false starts. Hey, so another thing before.
Bro, the building was 50-50. It was 50-50 in that building.
Yeah, we can hear them from the TV. What I do want to say, so like I did like the change with the offensive line, but I did notice they kind of went after Juice. Though I noticed that he had a couple of holding penalties. One costed us a touchdown.
Yeah.
Which I think
if you think that's bad, if you think that's bad, did you see what happened when they put Blake Fisher in the game? When Laramie had to go to the sideline for a couple plays?
Yeah.
Blake got the brakes beat off of him 2 times in a row. Then we punt.
Yeah. Well, look, we've got a favorable matchup coming up on Monday Night Football, ending our 3-game primetime stretch. We've got in Dallas for the Governor's Cup, the Dallas Cowboys. This is the reason that this podcast is named That Real Texas Team Podcast. You know why? Because fuck the boys. We the boys.
I love it.
So, with that being said, go check out That's Crazy Podcast and Talk. Support Chris. Go over, check out Mass 3 Productions. Support Mike. While you're supporting everybody, support the channel. We're at 237 when it comes to subscribers. Like to see that number keep going. Like, subscribe, notification bell on all 3 accounts. And most of all, people, be good people and go Texans.
Go
Fuck the
Texans.
Cowboys.
Go Texans.